Hi everybody, Avana Intuitive here. This is our astrology tarot card reading for the week of July 15th, 2026. I am using, as always for this reading, the Radiant Rider Waite Smith tarot deck. It is for entertainment purposes only. These are general readings. So if something resonates, that's fine. And if something doesn't resonate, that's fine too. But and I have each tarot or each astrological sign time-stamped in the description, so you don't have to watch the whole video. You can go right to your sign and get the reading. I often just do 3-card pulls and see what we get for the week. So first off, this is for Aries. Let me write this down. This is just writing the timestamp. This is for Aries. I had one card fly out just as I said it. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to keep that card. So this is for Aries for the week of July 15th. Oh, another card just flew out and I can't see it. So let's see. One more card for July 15th, 2026. Oh, wow. Yeah, they're great cards. First card you got, this card flew out. I didn't see it. 10 of Cups. Like emotional stability, emotional happiness, looking up to the sky, giving gratitude. This family has every issue that every other family has. But you know what? They're choosing to look at the sunshine, at the rainbow, at the good things, and looking up to the sky and thanking the universe for all the good things they have. So I love that. Then you get the 6 of Wands. The leader riding in. This is the leader riding in. He's won, not just won the battle, he's won the war. He's riding in. He's going to parade. I mean, this is like getting recognition for a job well done. Having that leadership energy, moving forward, right? Moving forward into the next phase of your life, which brings up this, if you can believe it, the World card. Moving forward into this next phase of your life. How wonderful is that? It sounds like you're coming out of, with the 10 and the 6 of Wands, you're coming out of some things which are really wrapping up beautifully. And now you're moving into other things which are also going to work out beautifully for you. Take it for what it's worth. Take the universe and say, yeah, I'm ready to move forward. And I expect the best, and I expect, tell the universe what you expect or what you would like, and then say, or something better, right? Don't lock ourselves into, what our thought process is. Let the universe take it and run with it while we move forward. So there you go, Aries. That's what I got. A lot of nice new starts here for you. Let's see. Next up is Taurus. This is Taurus for the week of July 15th, 2026. Let's see what we get for Taurus for the week of July 15th, 2026. July 15th, 2026 for Taurus. Balance, right? Are you helping someone? Are you getting help? I almost get the feeling like it's a combination. Like in some cases, you're handing out some charity and some help. In other cases, you're receiving it. This is a card of balance and giving and receiving and being gracious on both ends, right? Giving it graciously, receiving it graciously. Then I get the Page of Cups. You might be having some prophetic dreams lately, and you might not be. This is also a card of being discerning. Anyone who has a fish in a cup, right? That's kind of like, okay, you might dream something like that. Make sure what what people are telling you, what you're listening to, whatever, it makes sense. Be a little bit discerning. If you have dreams that you remember, try to work your dreams out. But, see what that symbology of your dream, the symbols of your dream, what it means on this physical plane. And then you get this Wheel of Fortune. It's like the wheel turns, right? What you put out comes back. And I really feel like a lot of good things are coming back around for you in the next week, and the next week or two. It's like, new charity, being grounded, receiving, giving, and having I just feel like a whole flow of things that you kind of almost see this time around, where you're like, wow, I put some good things out there and some good things came back to me. All right, here we go. Next up is Gemini. Gemini for the week of July 15th, 2026. Gemini for the week of July 15th, 2026. What do we have for Gemini, my Gemini friends? Ooh. All right. First card up, Ace of Pentacles, new beginnings. I really get that, like new beginnings. Things have wrapped up, and I heard taking a rest and then starting new stuff, which I love. Next card out is this World card. Yeah, this is a phase ending, right? Something has ended. And I get like, it's a like, maybe you went from being single to being married, from working to being retired, right? Almost like, this is almost like a big phase. For some of you, this Four of Cups, you're sitting here like, well, that phase ended. These are my choices, but I'm not too happy with them. It's kind of apathetic. They're not good, they're not bad. But you know what? I bet, I don't want to bet. I'm not going to say that, but there's a good sign that the universe has something coming in for you to get started on. Because usually, when we sit around for a while, when one phase wraps up, if we're not sure what the next phase is, oftentimes the universe gives us a new thing, right? And, I feel like something new, bright, exciting, something that you've wanted to do for a long time may be circling into your life right now. All right, next up is Cancer. This is Cancer for the week of July. A card just fell out, July 15, 2026. Excuse me, a card just fell out. I don't know what it is, but we'll see what we have for Cancer for the week of July 15th, 2026. Love it. The Hierophant. This is a card of tradition, of being grounded, of the three like rows on his crown. It's like learning, doing, and then teaching. You see, he's teaching these, these people on how to move forward. And you might be in a teaching mode is what I'm saying. You might have learned something, you've done it, now you're teaching it, right? This also represents the government, education, again, solid foundations, okay? So there might be something, you might just even be filling out things for like, I just heard some of you for like a driver's license or to like car titles, right? Things that are foundational that really, you have to get those things done in our society to move forward. So I love that. That's good grounded energy. Then you get this King of Wands. And this is like, to me, grounded energy where it's mental, following the rules, doing things like this. This is also wonderful energy, this King of Wands. This is energy of creativity, listening to your intuition, right? Doing all, having like the knowledge of those leadership abilities where you're able to assess something for what it's worth, not make things up, not have a lot of drama. You assess it for what it's worth and you move forward. This card also, to me, is a lot of like, it's jovial. The King of Wands is happy. He's funny, right? So we have that sense of humor going through everything to like lighten the mood. And then this Eight of Swords, I almost feel like this may be where you're at. Like you're holding yourself back. You don't need to hold yourself back any longer. Here she is. She can easily take these, first of all, these swords were maybe around her, but they're no longer around her. She can walk away. She can take off this bondage that she has. She could take off what's on her, the covering of her eyes to see clearly. So realize the great level of energy, of mind power, of how solid your heart is, your intuition. Don't feel that you need to stay locked up anymore. It might be time to move forward. Your bottom of the deck card is this Three of Cups. If you're not sure what to do, start off meditating and giving gratitude to the universe. These ladies represent abundance, fertility, friends, good times, and they are like, I always look at them as like toasting the universe for all the good things that they have. So there you go. Oh my goodness. There you go, Cancer. That was one heck of a reading, and it seems like there's things that you're going to be moving forward in a really beautiful way. Now, here we go. 8:43, as I see, is my timestamp for Leo. There we go, Leo. See what we have for Leo for the week of July 15th, 2026. Leo for the week of July 15th, 2026. What do we have for you, Leo? Leo for July 15th, 2026. Leo for July 15th, 2026. Ace of Wands, right? A new creative beginning. I always look at these ace cards with like this hand, like sources coming out of the heavens and giving new creative ideas, new things to do, moving forward. I don't get that you've maybe started them, but you've got the energy to start them, and you can start them if you want to. So next up is this Ten of Cups. Emotional like stability, happiness, giving gratitude to the universe, and then having this King of Cups, riding the waves, right? This King of Cups has ridden, he's like, I've been around for a long time. There's always waves. There's always something going on. things ebb and flow. And you know what? I have the emotional maturity to just ride them and really go back to what I want to do in life and how I want to do it. And you know what? I love that, Leo, because you know what? It might be time to get some new things going, moving forward. And the new thing I just heard for some of you may be that you do you, and that's new. You're not taking direction from other people. You are, don't get me wrong, but you may be now saying, I'm going to do it a little bit differently. Like, what do I need? All right, next up here is Virgo. This is Virgo for the week of July 15th, 2026. This is for Virgo. Let's see what we have for us Virgos for this week. Well, I can't seem to shuffle the cards, so we have that. we have card shuffling difficulties. So let's see what else we have. A couple more shuffles. So let's do one more. That was enough. Three of Cups. I love this. My favorite card of the deck. Yeah, these ladies represent abundance, happiness, lifting your cup up to the universe, right? And giving thanks. Having friends, having family. It might be a week of going out. A vacation, I just heard for some of us, right? A week of going on vacation. Just really stepping back and getting, you know, just hanging out with friends, right? And having good conversation and good fun. Then the Five of Cups come up. Do we feel bad because we're having fun, right? Do we feel like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be having this much fun. Maybe I should be back at the office or back at the house or whatever I should be doing. You know what? Don't worry. There's things you'll be back on, you know, you'll be turning around, you know, from this worry. And I have a feeling if anybody's like me, when I get back, I'll be like, why did I waste my vacation worrying about anything? I should have enjoyed it because you know what? None of these issues are going anywhere until I get back to deal with them, which is totally fine. But don't let this heavy, this heavy feeling really mess up a beautiful reading here. Then the Ace of Cups. This is a new emotional beginning. Yeah, I almost feel like a new emotional beginning is coming, you know, learning to give that gratitude and really taking what goes, things that we might have a little bit of grief on, or things that may give us grief, and saying, you know what, looking at that from a new perspective. Bottom of the deck card, I've been getting it for every reading, not every reading, but almost every reading. This 10 of Cups, looking up to the universe, giving gratitude for the beautiful emotional stability that really we all have, and that we can all, if we don't feel that we have it, we can certainly tap into it, and just moving forward. Just a nice week to sit back and enjoy the world, right? Relax and enjoy the ride is what I just heard. All right, next up is Libra. What do we have for Libra for the week of July 15th, 2026? This is for Libra for the week of July 15th, 2026. A couple more shuffles, of course. Three of Wands. Looking out at your ships, as your ships come in, looking at what kind of adjustments do I need to make things run smoother? What do I need to change? What do I need to get rid of? What do I need to nurture? You know, but kind of taking a look in this beautiful golden light. Things are going well, but just taking a look at, can I tweak anything to make it go a little bit smoother? Not even so much for yourself, but maybe for other people. Then you get this Lover's card. I love this, right? Lover's card. Looking at someone, looking at a business partner, a significant other, a family member, a friend, a worker, and seeing eye to eye, right? And knowing that, you know, I really, this person has my back, or, you know, just feeling that at least, that, and they do have your back. I shouldn't say that because then it makes it sound like they don't have your back, but you feel like they do. That's not what I'm trying to communicate. What I'm trying to say is looking at who has your back and who you could make, I just heard, maybe some hard decisions with. Maybe you're putting a will together, or maybe you're doing something like that where you're executing some documents, but knowing that that person has your back, you feel safe with them and moving forward. Then you get, not only do you have this Lover's card, okay, where they're looking at each other, you then have this Two of Cups. This is like also looking at someone that you trust, you know, and those, you each looking at each other, a business partner, whatever, moving forward, signing documents, maybe putting together, you know, a will or whatever, you know, power of attorney or whatever it is, but doing some of those kind of things. And then with this Caduceus, with this health, you know, maybe seeing eye to eye with your doctor or your dentist or somebody like that in the medical profession. But a really good, it's like you're looking, what can I tweak? And then you get these two cards that, you know, the Lover's card and the Cups here. I'm trying to cover up the Lover's card, of course. The Lover's card and the Cups, where you're really finding the help you need. And that's really what it comes down to this week. You find more than the help, you find the support you need. All right, next up here is Scorpio. Let's see what we have for Scorpio for the week of July 15th, 2026. This is Scorpio for the week of July 15th, 2026. Oh, whoops. The first card you get, I love this card here. It's a beautiful card. The Star card, right? This is a card of balance. This is a card of maybe having a wish come true. She has 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the ground. Again, balancing, but yet emotions can be flowing. Things can be flowing, but you're still feeling like you're in the flow, right? You're going with the flow. The Chariot, you may be leaving town. You may be leaving some things behind. And you know what? That's okay. You might have some opposing forces here that are like slowing you down or wanting you to stay or whatever, or just making you feel obligated. I just heard it's more feeling obligated to stay. But you know what? You may be leaving town and moving forward. And then you get the High Priestess card here. This High Priestess, high intuition. There also may be some things hidden from you. So as you're moving forward this week, take a step back. You know, meditate, touch base with your intuition, touch base with that gut feeling that you have, you know, and make sure that, you know, it all feels like, yeah, okay, good, this is good timing. You know, we can only do what we can do. We can't figure out everything, but that's okay. Taking some time to make sure you're on the right path, check in with your intuition might be a good idea for this week. All right, next up is Sagittarius. This is Sagittarius for the week of July 15th, 2026. What do we have for Sagittarius for the week of July 15th, 2026? First card up is this Death card. This is a card of change, right? Transition, moving forward. And really, I feel like really moving forward. Like sometimes, you know, you have false starts. It's like you start to buy a house and that doesn't go through, blah, blah. But it almost like feels like, yeah, things are really moving forward. Especially when coupled with this Wheel of Fortune, right? Things are really moving forward. I mean, you know, things are, like, I feel like that Wheel of Fortune is really starting to move. And here you are, Queen of Swords, moving forward with it, right? Setting the plan, setting the pace, getting the rules down, and saying, you know what, this is where I'm headed. I love that. And your bottom of the deck card, you have the Queen of Swords. You also have the Ace of Swords. Again, using your mind, cutting through all the extraneous stuff. Really, I mean, oh my goodness, Sagittarius, this may be really a week where, like I say, you have a lot of things, or even just one big thing where you're just moving forward on it, or at least getting started, like you signed the papers to buy a house. Maybe you're not moving, but you've made that step. So there you go. All right, next up is Capricorn. This is Capricorn for the week of July 15th. Whoops, I just had a card fly out. I don't know what it is. I'm going to leave it out there. This is Capricorn for July 15th, 2026. All right, let's see what we have. Seven of Swords. This to me is a strategy change. You know what? Moving forward, but knowing that there might be something you need to really step back and take another look at and change it. I just heard, and change it. Like, yeah, make a strategy change. Only you know if you need to do that or not. But I feel like making that change, whatever that change is, that is what's going to bring you balance. This Temperance card. Taking opposites and making something better out of it, right? Staying balanced. It's the change, it's the strategy change that brings that level of balance in. Also, interesting, you have the Seven of Swords. You also got the Seven of Pentacles. Cutting out things you don't need. Nurturing what's growing, nurturing what you're interested in moving forward with. It's a big week. It could be a big week of really bringing in some balance. And some balance on an issue that maybe has been hard to make a decision on. It might be time to make that decision, but it does sound like it's time to change your strategy moving forward. that's where the balance lies. All right, next up is Aquarius. Let's see what we have for Aquarius for the week of July 15th, 2000. Oh, this card just fell out, but we're going to throw it back in. Aquarius for the week of July 15th, 2026. You know, sometimes I put a card back in the deck and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I should have put that back. And then I think, well, if it's meant to be, it will come back out, right, in the reading. And sometimes that's what happens, right? The card that fell out, if I see it, I don't always see it, but you know, it will come out in the reading. I'm like, oh, they really need to see that card. I don't know what the card was that fell out, so here we go. 7 of Wands, sticking up for yourself. You might need to really stick up for yourself and tell people, you know, this is where I am. This is the process I'm following, or the procedures I'm doing. This is how it's going to be, right? You might need to stick up for yourself. To do that, I love this because you have a lot of leadership energy coming up. This Emperor sitting in your power, but yet moving forward. These 4 rams, you know, moving forward. When you need to, you can move forward swiftly. It might be a good week to kind of set the boundaries, tell people how it's going to be, and really start to move forward. You have that Emperor energy. You also have this Queen of Wands energy, which is intuition, moving forward, but having fun with it. You know, sometimes we don't have to give a hard no, but we give a soft no, and we have a joke about it, and, you know, we laugh and we have fun, and then the change happens, and like the medicine was a little bit easier to swallow. So you also have this Queen of Wands, which is, I love this. At the bottom of the deck, you have Queen of Swords, moving forward. You might have a joke. You might have fun getting it set up. You might do your best to keep it as soft and as lighthearted. But really, Aquarius, you're moving forward this week. So there you go. And I just heard it on your terms. So next up here is, I wrote down the number, told it wrong. I don't know how that happened. But next up here is Pisces. This is Pisces for the week of July 15th, 2026. What do we have for Pisces for the week of July 15th, 2026? Oh, the cards like just want to go together there, but then they did. Okay, this is very interesting. I got the Hanged Man, but in my deck it came out reversed. You're ready to stand on your own 2 feet. You're done hanging around. You're ready. And I don't usually read reversals, but you are ready to get out of this, to let yourself down, and to start to stand on your own 2 feet. Very interesting that a card came up reversed in my deck. 7 of Swords, a strategy change, right? You are ready to go out there and change strategies and show the world who you are. And you know what? Then you get this Star card. Your outcome card is this Star card of wishes come true, balance, right? This is what changes things when you finally, it's funny because I just heard when you put your foot down, right? This is how the card is. You're hanging, the hangman. But when you put your foot down and you move forward, that's what brings the balance. Yeah, I love that. All right, my friends, that's it for our readings for the week. I will see you tomorrow with our weekly energy reading and a 3-card pick. And until then, namaste.